Emotional Intelligence. Book by Daniel Goleman. Detailed Summary. Part 1. The Emotional Brain. Chapter 1. What are emotions for? In the opening chapter of Emotional Intelligence, Daniel Goleman explores the fundamental question of the purpose and function of emotions. He challenges the conventional view that emotions are simply disruptive forces or irrational impulses, instead arguing that they play essential roles in human cognition, decision-making, and social interactions. Main ideas. 1. Evolutionary perspective. Goleman begins by examining emotions from an evolutionary perspective. He suggests that emotions have evolved over millennia to serve adaptive functions, aiding in survival and reproduction. Emotions, therefore, are not random or accidental but have been honed by natural selection to help humans navigate their environment and interact with others effectively. 2. The brain's role. Goleman delves into the neuroscience of emotions, highlighting the critical role of the limbic system and the amygdala in processing emotional information. He explains how emotions are generated in the brain and how they influence cognitive processes such as attention, memory, and decision-making. Emotions, he argues, are not separate from rationality but deeply intertwined with it. 3. Emotions as signals. One of the central points of the chapter is the idea that emotions serve as valuable signals about our internal states and external environment. Goleman emphasizes that emotions provide essential information about our needs, desires, and potential threats, helping us adapt and respond appropriately to various situations. For example, fear alerts us to danger, while joy signals success or satisfaction. For social functions, another key aspect of emotions explored in the chapter is their social functions. Goleman discusses how emotions are contagious and how they shape interpersonal relationships and group dynamics. He introduces the concept of emotional contagion, whereby individuals can catch emotions from others through nonverbal cues such as facial expressions, tone of voice, and body language. This phenomenon underscores the importance of emotional intelligence in social interactions and leadership. 5. Emotions in decision-making. Goleman also examines the influence of emotions on decision-making processes. He discusses research showing that emotions often play a significant role in shaping our choices and judgments, sometimes overshadowing rational considerations. Understanding and managing emotions, therefore, are crucial skills for making effective decisions, both personally and professionally. 6. The complexity of emotions. Throughout the chapter, Goleman emphasizes the complexity and richness of human emotions. He rejects the notion of a simplistic good versus bad dichotomy and instead acknowledges the multifaceted nature of emotions, which can be both positive and negative depending on the context. Embracing this complexity, he argues, is essential for developing emotional intelligence and achieving greater self-awareness and empathy. Conclusion. In What Are Emotions For? Daniel Goleman lays the foundation for his exploration of emotional intelligence by highlighting the evolutionary, neurological, and social underpinnings of emotions. He argues that far from being irrational impulses, emotions are integral to human cognition, communication, and decision-making processes. By understanding the purpose and function of emotions, individuals can cultivate greater emotional intelligence and enhance their overall well-being and success in life. Chapter 2. Anatomy of an Emotional Hijacking. In this chapter of Emotional Intelligence, Daniel Goleman delves into the phenomenon of emotional hijackings, where intense emotions override rational thought and behavior. Goleman explores the neurobiological mechanisms behind emotional hijackings and their implications for personal and professional life. Main ideas. 1. Definition of emotional hijacking. Goleman begins by defining emotional hijacking as a state where the rational brain is overridden by intense emotions, typically triggered by perceived threats or stressors. He illustrates this concept with real-life examples, such as sudden outbursts of anger or fear, which can lead to impulsive and irrational behavior. 2. The amygdala's role. Central to the concept of emotional hijacking is the amygdala, a region of the brain responsible for processing emotional responses, particularly fear and threat detection. Goleman explains how the amygdala can hijack cognitive processes, such as attention and decision-making, by sending signals to the prefrontal cortex, where rational thought is processed. 3. Neurobiology of emotional hijacking. Goleman provides a detailed explanation of the neurobiological processes underlying emotional hijackings. He describes how sensory input from the environment is first processed by the thalamus before being relayed to the amygdala for rapid emotional evaluation. If the amygdala perceives a threat, it can trigger the release of stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline, preparing the body for a fight or flight response. For impact on behavior, emotional hijackings can have profound consequences for behavior, impairing judgment, decision-making, and interpersonal relationships. Goleman discusses how individuals in the grip of an emotional hijacking may act impulsively, lash out in anger, or withdraw in fear, often to their detriment. He emphasizes the importance of recognizing and managing emotional triggers to prevent negative outcomes. 5. Strategies for managing emotional hijackings. Goleman concludes the chapter by outlining strategies for managing emotional hijackings effectively. These include developing self-awareness to recognize early warning signs of emotional arousal, practicing mindfulness techniques to regulate emotions in the moment, and cultivating empathy to better understand and respond to others' emotions. By enhancing emotional intelligence, individuals can mitigate the risk of emotional hijackings and make more rational and adaptive choices in challenging situations. Conclusion. Anatomy of an emotional hijacking provides insight into the neurobiological mechanisms behind intense emotional reactions and their impact on behavior and decision-making. By understanding how emotional hijackings occur and learning strategies to manage them, individuals can develop greater emotional intelligence and improve their ability to navigate complex interpersonal and professional situations. Part 2. The nature of emotional intelligence. Chapter 3. When Smart is Dumb. In When Smart is Dumb, Daniel Goleman explores the phenomenon where high intellectual abilities fail to translate into successful life outcomes due to a lack of emotional intelligence. Goleman argues that traditional measures of intelligence, such as IQ, do not fully capture the skills needed for success in various domains of life, including relationships, work, and mental well-being. Main ideas. 1. The limitations of IQ. Goleman begins by discussing the limitations of IQ as a predictor of life success. While IQ measures cognitive abilities such as logical reasoning and problem-solving, it does not assess emotional skills such as self-awareness, empathy, and relationship management. As a result, individuals with high IQs may struggle in areas requiring emotional intelligence, such as forming meaningful relationships or managing stress. 2. Emotional intelligence versus intellectual intelligence. Goleman contrasts emotional intelligence with intellectual intelligence, highlighting the distinct but complementary nature of these two forms of intelligence. While intellectual intelligence is important for academic and technical success, emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in personal and social domains, influencing factors such as leadership, communication, and resilience. 3. The role of emotions in decision-making. Goleman discusses how emotions influence decision-making processes and why individuals with high IQs may falter in this regard. He explains that emotions provide valuable information about our preferences, values, and social context, guiding our choices and judgments. Without adequate emotional intelligence, individuals may make decisions that are technically sound but socially or morally misguided. For interpersonal relationships, another focus of the chapter is the impact of emotional intelligence on interpersonal relationships. Goleman highlights research showing that the ability to empathize, communicate effectively, and resolve conflicts is essential for forming and maintaining healthy relationships. Individuals with high IQs but low emotional intelligence may struggle in this area, leading to social isolation or interpersonal conflicts. 5. Workplace success. Goleman explores how emotional intelligence contributes to success in the workplace, particularly in leadership roles. He discusses the importance of emotional self-regulation, empathy, and social skills for effective leadership and team collaboration. Leaders who possess high emotional intelligence are better equipped to inspire and motivate others, navigate organizational politics, and adapt to change. 6. The importance of emotional learning. Throughout the chapter, Goleman emphasizes the importance of emotional learning and skill development. He argues that while some aspects of emotional intelligence may be innate, many skills can be cultivated and refined through education, training, and practice. By investing in emotional intelligence development, individuals can enhance their overall well-being and success in life. Conclusion. When Smart is Dumb challenges the notion that intellectual intelligence alone is sufficient for success and fulfillment in life. Goleman makes a compelling case for the importance of emotional intelligence in various domains, from decision-making and relationships to leadership and career advancement. By recognizing the limitations of IQ and investing in emotional learning, individuals can unlock their full potential and lead more meaningful and successful lives. Chapter 4. Know Thyself. In Know Thyself, Daniel Goleman explores the concept of self-awareness as a cornerstone of emotional intelligence. He delves into the importance of understanding one's own emotions, thoughts, and behaviors in order to navigate life's challenges and cultivate meaningful relationships. Main ideas. 1. The significance of self-awareness. Goleman begins by emphasizing the central role of self-awareness in emotional intelligence. Self-awareness involves the ability to recognize and understand one's own emotions, as well as their impact on thoughts, behaviors, and relationships. It serves as the foundation for other components of emotional intelligence, such as self-regulation and empathy. 2. Developing emotional self-awareness. Goleman discusses strategies for developing emotional self-awareness, including mindfulness practices, journaling, and feedback from others. He emphasizes the importance of paying attention to internal cues such as bodily sensations, thoughts, and emotional patterns, as well as seeking feedback from trusted sources to gain insight into one's blind spots and areas for growth. 3. Emotional self-regulation. Self-awareness is closely linked to emotional self-regulation, the ability to manage and control one's emotions effectively. Goleman explains how self-awareness enables individuals to identify triggers for emotional reactions and choose more constructive responses. By recognizing patterns of emotional arousal and understanding their underlying causes, individuals can develop healthier coping strategies and avoid impulsive or destructive behavior. 4. Cognitive self-awareness. In addition to emotional self-awareness, Goleman highlights the importance of cognitive self-awareness, which involves understanding one's own thoughts, beliefs, and cognitive biases. He discusses how cognitive self-awareness allows individuals to examine their assumptions and perspectives more objectively, leading to greater clarity and insight into complex situations. 5. The Johari Window. Goleman introduces the concept of the Johari Window, a framework for understanding self-awareness and interpersonal relationships. The Johari Window divides self-awareness into 4 quadrants: open, hidden, blind, and unknown. Goleman explains how expanding the open quadrant, increasing self-disclosure and soliciting feedback, can lead to greater self-awareness and personal growth. 6. Self-awareness in relationships. The chapter also explores the role of self-awareness in interpersonal relationships. Goleman discusses how self-awareness allows individuals to communicate more authentically, empathize with others' perspectives, and navigate conflicts constructively. By understanding their own emotional triggers and communication style, individuals can build stronger and more fulfilling relationships with others. Conclusion. Know Thyself underscores the importance of self-awareness as a foundational skill for emotional intelligence and personal growth. Goleman highlights the benefits of developing emotional and cognitive self-awareness, both for individual well-being and for building meaningful relationships with others. By cultivating self-awareness through introspection, feedback, and mindfulness practices, individuals can enhance their emotional intelligence and lead more authentic and fulfilling lives. Chapter 5. Passion Slaves. In Passion Slaves, Daniel Goleman explores the intricate relationship between emotions and decision-making, particularly in the context of passionate states such as love, desire, and obsession. Goleman delves into the powerful influence of emotions on our choices and behaviors, and the potential pitfalls of being driven by intense passions. Main ideas. 1. The power of passion. Goleman begins by acknowledging the potent force of passion in human experience. He explores how emotions such as love, desire, and infatuation can captivate our thoughts and actions, leading us to make decisions that may not align with our long-term goals or values. While passion can fuel motivation and creativity, it can also cloud judgment and lead to impulsive or irrational behavior. 2. The neuroscience of passion. Goleman delves into the neurobiological mechanisms underlying passionate states, highlighting the role of neurotransmitters such as dopamine and oxytocin in generating feelings of pleasure, attachment, and reward. He explains how the brain's reward circuitry can become hijacked by intense emotions, leading to addictive patterns of behavior and an inability to regulate impulses. 3. The dark side of passion. while passion is often associated with positive experiences such as love and inspiration, Goleman also explores its darker manifestations, such as obsession, jealousy, and destructive relationships. He discusses how unchecked passions can lead to emotional turmoil, interpersonal conflicts, and negative consequences for mental and physical health. 4. Emotional self-regulation. One of the central themes of the chapter is the importance of emotional self-regulation in managing passionate states. Goleman explains how individuals can cultivate mindfulness and self-awareness to recognize and regulate intense emotions, preventing them from spiraling out of control. By learning to pause and reflect before acting on impulse, individuals can make more deliberate and constructive choices. 5. Balancing passion and reason. Goleman explores the tension between passion and reason, highlighting the need for a balance between emotional intensity and rational thought. While passion can provide motivation and inspiration, it must be tempered by cognitive appraisal and reflection to ensure that decisions align with long-term goals and values. By integrating emotional and cognitive processes, individuals can make more informed and adaptive choices. 6. Cultivating emotional intelligence. Throughout the chapter, Goleman emphasizes the importance of emotional intelligence in navigating passionate states effectively. He discusses how developing skills such as self-awareness, empathy, and emotional self-regulation can empower individuals to harness the positive aspects of passion while mitigating its potential pitfalls. By cultivating emotional intelligence, individuals can lead more balanced, fulfilling lives and cultivate healthier relationships with themselves and others. Conclusion. Passion Slave sheds light on the complex interplay between emotions and decision-making, particularly in the context of intense passions. Goleman explores the neuroscience of passion, its potential benefits and drawbacks, and strategies for managing passionate states effectively. By cultivating emotional intelligence and integrating passion with reason, individuals can harness the power of emotions to fuel personal growth and fulfillment. Chapter 6. The Master Aptitude. In The Master Aptitude, Daniel Goleman explores the concept of emotional intelligence as a key determinant of success and fulfillment in various aspects of life. He introduces the notion that emotional intelligence is not only an innate trait but also a skill that can be cultivated and enhanced through practice and self-awareness. Main ideas. 1. Defining emotional intelligence. Goleman begins by defining emotional intelligence as the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's own emotions, as well as to recognize, understand, and influence the emotions of others. He emphasizes the multifaceted nature of emotional intelligence, which encompasses skills such as self-awareness, empathy, emotional self-regulation, and social competence. 2. The 4 components of emotional intelligence. Building upon his definition, Goleman outlines the 4 components of emotional intelligence: self-awareness, self-regulation, social awareness, and relationship management. He explains how each component contributes to overall emotional intelligence and how they interact to influence behavior and outcomes in personal and professional contexts. 3. The importance of self-awareness. Goleman highlights self-awareness as the foundation of emotional intelligence. He discusses the role of self-awareness in recognizing one's own emotions, strengths, weaknesses, and values, as well as its significance in guiding behavior and decision-making. Without self-awareness, individuals may struggle to understand their own motivations and reactions, leading to difficulties in managing emotions and building healthy relationships. 4. Emotional self-regulation. Goleman explores the concept of emotional self-regulation, which involves managing and controlling one's emotions effectively. He discusses strategies for developing emotional self-regulation, such as mindfulness practices, cognitive reappraisal, and relaxation techniques. By learning to regulate their emotions, individuals can avoid impulsive or destructive behavior and respond more thoughtfully to challenging situations. 5. Social awareness. Another key component of emotional intelligence is social awareness, the ability to empathize with others and understand their emotions, perspectives, and needs. Goleman discusses the importance of empathy in building strong interpersonal relationships, resolving conflicts, and navigating social dynamics. He emphasizes the value of active listening, perspective-taking, and nonverbal communication in enhancing social awareness. 6. Relationship management. The chapter concludes with a discussion of relationship management, which involves using emotional intelligence to build and maintain healthy and productive relationships. Goleman explores strategies for effective communication, conflict resolution, and collaboration, highlighting the role of empathy, assertiveness, and flexibility in fostering positive interactions with others. Conclusion. The Master Aptitude presents emotional intelligence as a critical skill for success and well-being in personal and professional life. Goleman introduces the 4 components of emotional intelligence: self-awareness, self-regulation, social awareness, and relationship management, and explores strategies for developing and enhancing each component. By cultivating emotional intelligence, individuals can improve their self-awareness, regulate their emotions, empathize with others, and build strong and meaningful relationships, ultimately leading to greater fulfillment and success. Chapter 7. The Roots of Empathy. In The Roots of Empathy, Daniel Goleman explores the origins and significance of empathy, a fundamental component of emotional intelligence. Goleman delves into the neurobiological underpinnings of empathy, its role in human development and social relationships, and its implications for personal and societal well-being. Main ideas. 1. Understanding empathy. Goleman begins by defining empathy as the ability to understand and share the feelings and perspectives of others. He distinguishes between cognitive empathy, the capacity to understand others' emotions and thoughts, and emotional empathy, the ability to share in others' emotional experiences. Both forms of empathy are essential for effective communication, cooperation, and social connection. 2. The neuroscience of empathy. Goleman explores the neurobiological mechanisms underlying empathy, highlighting the role of mirror neurons, emotional contagion, and perspective-taking in empathic responses. He explains how the brain's mirror neuron system enables individuals to simulate and resonate with others' experiences, fostering empathy and social understanding. Goleman also discusses the influence of oxytocin, a hormone involved in social bonding and trust, on empathic behavior. 3. Empathy development in childhood. The chapter discusses the development of empathy in early childhood and its importance for social and emotional development. Goleman explores research showing that infants display rudimentary forms of empathy, such as mimicry and emotional attunement, from a very young age. He emphasizes the role of caregivers and social interactions in shaping children's empathic abilities, highlighting the importance of positive and nurturing relationships in fostering empathy. 4. The role of parenting. Goleman discusses the critical role of parenting in promoting empathy and prosocial behavior in children. He explores strategies for cultivating empathy in parenting, such as modeling empathic behavior, teaching perspective-taking skills, and fostering emotional literacy. Goleman emphasizes the importance of empathy in reducing aggression, promoting cooperation, and building strong parent-child bonds. 5. Empathy in education. Another focus of the chapter is the role of empathy in education and its implications for academic success and social-emotional learning. Goleman discusses how empathy training programs can improve students' interpersonal skills, conflict resolution abilities, and classroom behavior. He advocates for integrating empathy education into school curricula to promote positive social interactions and create more compassionate and inclusive learning environments. 6. Empathy in society. Goleman concludes by exploring the broader implications of empathy for society and collective well-being. He discusses how empathy fosters social cohesion, reduces prejudice and discrimination, and promotes prosocial behavior and altruism. Goleman argues that cultivating empathy on a societal level is essential for addressing social inequalities, fostering cooperation, and building a more compassionate and equitable world. Conclusion. The Roots of Empathy highlights the importance of empathy as a foundational skill for social connection, emotional understanding, and moral development. Goleman explores the neurobiological basis of empathy, its role in human development and relationships, and its implications for parenting, education, and societal well-being. By understanding the roots of empathy and nurturing empathic abilities in individuals and communities, we can build more compassionate, empathetic, and resilient societies. Chapter 8. The Social Arts. In The Social Arts, Daniel Goleman explores the intricate dynamics of social interactions and the importance of social intelligence in navigating relationships, groups, and societal structures. Goleman delves into the various skills and competencies that comprise social intelligence, highlighting their significance for personal and professional success. Main ideas. 1. Defining social intelligence. Goleman begins by defining social intelligence as the ability to understand and navigate social situations effectively, including interpersonal relationships, group dynamics, and cultural contexts. He distinguishes between social awareness, the capacity to perceive and understand social cues and dynamics, and social facility, the ability to interact skillfully and adaptively in social settings. 2. The importance of social skills. The chapter emphasizes the importance of social skills in various domains of life, from personal relationships to workplace success. Goleman discusses how social intelligence influences factors such as communication, collaboration, leadership, and conflict resolution. He highlights research showing that individuals with strong social skills tend to have better mental health, higher job performance, and greater overall well-being. 3. Empathy and perspective taking. Goleman explores the role of empathy and perspective-taking in social intelligence. He discusses how empathy enables individuals to understand and resonate with others' emotions, fostering compassion, connection, and cooperation. Goleman emphasizes the value of perspective-taking, the ability to see situations from others' viewpoints, in building empathy and resolving conflicts. For effective communication, the chapter delves into the importance of effective communication in social intelligence. Goleman discusses strategies for improving communication skills, such as active listening, assertiveness, and nonverbal communication. He emphasizes the role of clear and empathic communication in building trust, resolving misunderstandings, and fostering positive relationships. 5. Social influence and leadership. Goleman explores the role of social intelligence in social influence and leadership. He discusses how individuals with high social intelligence can inspire and motivate others, build consensus, and navigate power dynamics effectively. Goleman emphasizes the importance of authenticity, emotional resonance, and ethical leadership in gaining trust and respect from others. 6. Cultural competence. Another focus of the chapter is the importance of cultural competence in social intelligence. Goleman discusses how awareness of cultural norms, values, and communication styles is essential for navigating diverse social environments and building inclusive relationships. He emphasizes the value of curiosity, openness, and respect for cultural differences in fostering intercultural understanding and collaboration. Conclusion. The social arts underscores the importance of social intelligence in navigating the complexities of social interactions and relationships. Goleman explores the various skills and competencies that comprise social intelligence, including empathy, communication, leadership, and cultural competence. By developing these social skills, individuals can enhance their personal and professional success, build meaningful relationships, and contribute to positive social change. Part 3. Emotional Intelligence Applied. Chapter 9. Intimate Enemies. In Intimate Enemies, Daniel Goleman delves into the dynamics of intimate relationships, exploring the complex interplay between love and conflict. Goleman examines the challenges couples face in maintaining healthy and fulfilling relationships, as well as strategies for managing conflicts and strengthening emotional bonds. Main ideas. 1. The paradox of intimate relationships. Goleman begins by acknowledging the paradoxical nature of intimate relationships, where love and conflict often coexist. He discusses how couples may experience both deep emotional connection and interpersonal tensions, stemming from differences in values, communication styles, and expectations. Goleman emphasizes the importance of understanding the underlying dynamics of conflict in intimate relationships and its potential impact on emotional well-being. 2. The role of emotions in conflict. The chapter explores the role of emotions in intimate conflicts, highlighting how unresolved emotional issues can escalate into relationship problems. Goleman discusses common emotional triggers in relationships, such as jealousy, insecurity, and fear of abandonment, and their impact on communication and behavior. He emphasizes the importance of emotional self-awareness and regulation in managing conflicts constructively. 3. Communication and empathy. Goleman delves into the importance of effective communication and empathy in resolving conflicts and building intimacy. He discusses strategies for improving communication skills, such as active listening, expressing emotions constructively, and validating partners' perspectives. Goleman also emphasizes the value of empathy in understanding partners' feelings and needs, fostering mutual understanding and connection. For conflict resolution strategies, the chapter explores various conflict resolution strategies that couples can employ to address relationship challenges. Goleman discusses the importance of negotiation, compromise, and problem-solving skills in finding mutually satisfactory solutions to conflicts. He emphasizes the value of approaching conflicts with empathy, curiosity, and a willingness to collaborate rather than compete. 5. Repairing emotional bonds. Goleman discusses the concept of emotional repair in intimate relationships, whereby couples work to restore trust, connection, and intimacy after conflicts or breaches of trust. He explores strategies for repairing emotional bonds, such as offering genuine apologies, expressing vulnerability, and rebuilding mutual respect and empathy. Goleman emphasizes the importance of forgiveness and resilience in overcoming relationship challenges and fostering growth and healing. 6. The impact of technology. The chapter concludes with a discussion of the impact of technology on intimate relationships. Goleman explores how digital communication tools, such as social media and smartphones, can both facilitate and disrupt relationship dynamics. He discusses the importance of setting boundaries around technology use, maintaining face-to-face communication, and prioritizing quality time together to nurture intimacy and connection. Conclusion. Intimate Enemies sheds light on the complexities of intimate relationships, exploring the interplay between love, conflict, and emotional connection. Goleman emphasizes the importance of emotional intelligence in navigating relationship challenges, managing conflicts constructively, and fostering intimacy and trust. By developing communication skills, empathy, and conflict resolution strategies, couples can strengthen their emotional bonds and cultivate fulfilling and resilient relationships. Chapter 10. Managing with Heart. In Managing with Heart, Daniel Goleman explores the role of emotional intelligence in effective leadership and organizational management. Goleman discusses how leaders can harness the power of emotions to inspire, motivate, and engage employees, fostering a positive work culture and driving organizational success. Main ideas. 1. The importance of emotional intelligence in leadership. Goleman begins by highlighting the significance of emotional intelligence in leadership roles. He argues that while technical skills and expertise are important, emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in motivating and mobilizing teams, navigating organizational dynamics, and driving performance. Goleman emphasizes that effective leaders must be attuned to their own emotions and those of others, demonstrating empathy, self-awareness, and social competence. 2. Emotional resonance and leadership impact. The chapter explores the concept of emotional resonance in leadership, whereby leaders' emotions and behaviors influence the emotional climate of the organization. Goleman discusses how leaders' attitudes, moods, and communication styles can shape employee morale, motivation, and job satisfaction. He emphasizes the importance of authentic leadership, wherein leaders demonstrate integrity, empathy, and trustworthiness, fostering a culture of psychological safety and belonging. 3. The leader's role in emotional culture. Goleman delves into the role of leaders in shaping the emotional culture of the organization. He discusses how leaders can set the tone for a positive work environment by modeling emotional intelligence, promoting open communication, and recognizing and celebrating employees' contributions. Goleman emphasizes the value of creating a culture of feedback and continuous learning, where employees feel valued, supported, and empowered to succeed. For emotional intelligence in decision-making, the chapter explores how emotional intelligence influences leaders' decision-making processes. Goleman discusses the importance of balancing rational analysis with emotional intuition, particularly in complex or ambiguous situations. He emphasizes the value of emotional self-awareness and self-regulation in managing biases, mitigating risks, and making ethical decisions that align with organizational values and goals. 5. Building high-performing teams. Goleman discusses how leaders can leverage emotional intelligence to build high-performing teams that collaborate effectively and achieve shared goals. He explores strategies for fostering trust, communication, and cohesion among team members, such as promoting psychological safety, providing constructive feedback, and recognizing individual strengths and contributions. Goleman emphasizes the importance of empathy and social awareness in understanding team dynamics and facilitating collaboration and innovation. 6. Emotional intelligence training for leaders. The chapter concludes with a discussion of the importance of emotional intelligence training for leaders. Goleman emphasizes that emotional intelligence is a skill that can be developed and enhanced through education, coaching, and practice. He discusses the value of leadership development programs that incorporate emotional intelligence training, helping leaders cultivate self-awareness, empathy, and effective interpersonal skills. Conclusion. Managing with Heart highlights the critical role of emotional intelligence in effective leadership and organizational management. Goleman explores how leaders can leverage emotional intelligence to inspire and engage employees, foster a positive work culture, and drive organizational success. By developing self-awareness, empathy, and social competence, leaders can create environments where employees feel valued, motivated, and empowered to perform at their best. Chapter 11. Mind in Medicine. In Mind in Medicine, Daniel Goleman explores the intricate relationship between emotional intelligence and health, particularly in the context of modern medicine and healthcare. Goleman delves into the impact of emotions on physical well-being, the role of healthcare providers in fostering emotional resilience, and the integration of mind-body approaches into medical practice. Main ideas. 1. The mind-body connection. Goleman begins by discussing the mind-body connection and its implications for health and healing. He explores research showing that emotions can influence physiological processes such as immune function, inflammation, and cardiovascular health. Goleman emphasizes the importance of addressing emotional factors in healthcare, as stress, anxiety, and depression can exacerbate chronic conditions and undermine treatment outcomes. 2. The impact of emotional intelligence on health. The chapter explores how emotional intelligence influences health outcomes and patient care. Goleman discusses research showing that healthcare providers with higher levels of emotional intelligence are more effective in building rapport with patients, promoting adherence to treatment plans, and addressing psychosocial factors that impact health. He emphasizes the importance of empathy, communication skills, and cultural competence in delivering patient-centered care. 3. Emotional resilience in healthcare providers. Goleman delves into the concept of emotional resilience and its significance for healthcare providers. He discusses the challenges and stressors faced by healthcare professionals, such as long hours, high patient volumes, and ethical dilemmas. Goleman explores strategies for promoting emotional resilience, such as mindfulness practices, self-care routines, and peer support networks. He emphasizes the importance of self-awareness, emotional regulation, and empathy in preventing burnout and maintaining professional satisfaction. For mind-body approaches to healing, the chapter explores the integration of mind-body approaches into medical practice and healthcare delivery. Goleman discusses the benefits of practices such as mindfulness meditation, yoga, and relaxation techniques in promoting physical and emotional well-being. He explores research showing that mind-body interventions can reduce stress, alleviate symptoms of chronic illness, and enhance overall quality of life for patients. Goleman emphasizes the importance of collaboration between conventional medicine and complementary therapies in providing holistic care. 5. The role of patient empowerment. Goleman discusses the importance of patient empowerment and self-management in healthcare. He explores strategies for promoting patient engagement, such as shared decision-making, health education, and self-monitoring. Goleman emphasizes the value of empowering patients to take an active role in their healthcare decisions, advocate for their needs, and participate in their own healing process. He discusses the role of emotional support, social networks, and community resources in promoting patient resilience and well-being. 6. The future of mind-body medicine. The chapter concludes with a discussion of the future directions of mind-body medicine and its potential impact on healthcare. Goleman explores emerging research areas such as psychoneuroimmunology, epigenetics, and personalized medicine, which highlight the interconnectedness of mind, body, and environment in health and disease. He emphasizes the importance of an integrative and holistic approach to healthcare that addresses the emotional, psychological, and social dimensions of health. Conclusion. Mind in Medicine explores the intersection of emotional intelligence and healthcare, highlighting the importance of addressing emotional factors in promoting health and well-being. Goleman discusses the impact of emotions on physical health, the role of emotional intelligence in patient care, and the integration of mind-body approaches into medical practice. By recognizing the interconnectedness of mind, body, and emotions, healthcare providers can deliver more effective, patient-centered care and support patients in achieving optimal health outcomes. Part 4. Windows of Opportunity. Chapter 12. The Family Crucible. In The Family Crucible, Daniel Goleman examines the role of emotional intelligence within the family unit and its profound impact on individual development and family dynamics. Goleman delves into the intricate interactions among family members, the transmission of emotional patterns across generations, and strategies for fostering emotional resilience and cohesion within families. Main ideas. 1. The family as an emotional crucible. Goleman begins by framing the family as a crucible where emotions are formed, expressed, and shaped. He explores how family dynamics, including parent-child relationships, sibling interactions, and family rituals, influence emotional development and well-being. Goleman emphasizes the importance of understanding family systems and the transmission of emotional patterns across generations in promoting healthy family functioning. 2. Emotional patterns and interactions. The chapter delves into the various emotional patterns and interactions that characterize family life. Goleman discusses common dynamics such as communication styles, conflict resolution strategies, and emotional roles within families. He explores how these patterns can contribute to both adaptive and maladaptive coping mechanisms, shaping individuals' emotional responses and relational patterns throughout their lives. 3. The impact of parenting styles. Goleman explores the role of parenting styles in shaping children's emotional development and psychological well-being. He discusses research showing that authoritative parenting, characterized by warmth, responsiveness, and clear boundaries, tends to promote children's emotional resilience and self-esteem. Goleman contrasts this with authoritarian, permissive, and neglectful parenting styles, which may lead to emotional dysregulation and interpersonal difficulties. For attachment and emotional bonds, the chapter examines the role of attachment theory in understanding family relationships and emotional bonds. Goleman discusses how secure attachment relationships between parents and children provide a foundation for emotional security and exploration. He explores how disruptions in attachment, such as parental inconsistency or trauma, can contribute to emotional difficulties and relational challenges later in life. Goleman emphasizes the importance of fostering secure attachment bonds within families through sensitive and responsive caregiving. 5. Conflict and resolution. Goleman delves into the nature of conflict within families and strategies for resolving interpersonal tensions constructively. He discusses the importance of open communication, empathy, and active listening in addressing family conflicts and promoting mutual understanding. Goleman explores how conflict resolution skills learned within the family context can translate into other areas of life, fostering resilience and adaptive coping strategies. 6. Promoting emotional resilience. The chapter concludes with a discussion of strategies for promoting emotional resilience and cohesion within families. Goleman emphasizes the importance of emotional validation, empathy, and support in nurturing children's emotional intelligence and well-being. He discusses the role of family rituals, traditions, and storytelling in fostering a sense of belonging and identity. Goleman also explores the value of seeking outside support, such as family therapy or parenting education programs, in addressing family challenges and promoting positive emotional dynamics. Conclusion. The Family Crucible explores the intricate interplay of emotions within family systems and their profound impact on individual development and relational dynamics. Goleman emphasizes the importance of understanding family patterns, fostering secure attachment bonds, and promoting effective communication and conflict resolution skills. By cultivating emotional intelligence within the family context, individuals can develop resilience, strengthen relationships, and navigate life's challenges with greater confidence and compassion. Chapter 13. Trauma and Emotional Relearning. In Trauma and Emotional Relearning, Daniel Goleman explores the profound impact of trauma on emotional well-being and the process of emotional relearning as a pathway to healing and resilience. Goleman delves into the neurobiological effects of trauma, the challenges of coping with traumatic experiences, and strategies for rebuilding emotional regulation and resilience. Main ideas. 1. Understanding trauma. Goleman begins by defining trauma as an overwhelming experience that exceeds an individual's ability to cope, resulting in lasting emotional and psychological distress. He explores different types of trauma, including acute stressors such as accidents or natural disasters, as well as chronic stressors such as abuse, neglect, or prolonged exposure to violence. Goleman emphasizes that trauma can have profound effects on the brain, nervous system, and emotional regulation processes. 2. The neurobiology of trauma. The chapter delves into the neurobiological mechanisms underlying trauma and its impact on brain function. Goleman discusses how traumatic experiences can dysregulate the body's stress response system, leading to symptoms such as hyperarousal, dissociation, and intrusive memories. He explores research showing that trauma can alter brain structures involved in emotion processing, memory, and interpersonal relationships, contributing to symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and other trauma-related disorders. 3. Emotional dysregulation and coping mechanisms. Goleman discusses the challenges of coping with trauma-related emotional dysregulation and the development of maladaptive coping mechanisms. He explores how individuals may turn to substances, self-harm, or avoidance strategies as ways of managing overwhelming emotions and intrusive memories. Goleman emphasizes the importance of understanding the function of these coping mechanisms and their underlying emotional triggers in order to develop more adaptive strategies for managing trauma-related symptoms. 4. The process of emotional relearning. The chapter explores the concept of emotional relearning as a therapeutic approach to trauma recovery. Goleman discusses how emotional relearning involves identifying and re-evaluating maladaptive beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors associated with traumatic experiences. He explores techniques such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, exposure therapy, and mindfulness-based interventions as tools for promoting emotional regulation and resilience. Goleman emphasizes the importance of creating a safe and supportive therapeutic environment where individuals can process traumatic memories and develop new coping skills. 5. Building emotional resilience. Goleman discusses strategies for building emotional resilience in the aftermath of trauma. He explores the role of social support, self-care practices, and community resources in promoting healing and recovery. Goleman emphasizes the importance of fostering a sense of empowerment, agency, and meaning-making in the face of adversity. He discusses the value of trauma-informed approaches that prioritize safety, trust, and collaboration in therapeutic settings and beyond. 6. Addressing systemic trauma. The chapter concludes with a discussion of the broader implications of trauma and emotional relearning for society. Goleman explores how systemic factors such as poverty, discrimination, and violence can perpetuate cycles of trauma and adversity within communities. He emphasizes the importance of addressing social inequalities, promoting access to trauma-informed care, and advocating for policies that support healing and resilience at individual and collective levels. Conclusion. Trauma and emotional relearning highlights the profound impact of trauma on emotional well-being and the process of emotional relearning as a pathway to healing and resilience. Goleman explores the neurobiological effects of trauma, the challenges of coping with traumatic experiences, and strategies for rebuilding emotional regulation and resilience. By understanding the complexities of trauma and investing in trauma-informed approaches to care and support, individuals and communities can work towards healing, empowerment, and collective well-being. Chapter 14. Temperament is not destiny. In Temperament is Not Destiny, Daniel Goleman challenges the notion that personality traits and innate predispositions determine one's fate, emphasizing the role of emotional intelligence in shaping individual outcomes and life trajectories. Goleman explores the concept of temperament, its interaction with environmental factors, and the potential for emotional intelligence to mitigate the influence of temperament on behavior and life outcomes. Main ideas. 1. Understanding temperament. Goleman begins by defining temperament as innate, biologically based patterns of behavior and emotional reactivity that emerge early in life and persist over time. He explores research showing that temperament traits such as sensitivity, activity level, and adaptability can influence how individuals perceive and respond to their environment. Goleman emphasizes that while temperament lays the foundation for personality development, it is not deterministic and can be modified through experience and learning. 2. The interaction of temperament and environment. The chapter delves into the complex interplay between temperament and environmental influences in shaping individual development. Goleman discusses how early experiences, family dynamics, and social contexts can either amplify or mitigate the expression of temperament traits. He explores research showing that supportive and nurturing environments can buffer the effects of temperament on behavior and promote adaptive coping strategies. 3. The role of emotional intelligence. Goleman highlights the importance of emotional intelligence in modulating the influence of temperament on behavior and life outcomes. He discusses how individuals with high levels of emotional intelligence can recognize and regulate their emotional responses, adapt to changing circumstances, and navigate social interactions effectively. Goleman emphasizes that emotional intelligence provides a toolkit for managing temperament-related challenges and capitalizing on strengths. 4. Emotion regulation and resilience. The chapter explores the role of emotion regulation in mitigating the negative effects of temperament on well-being and resilience. Goleman discusses how individuals with strong emotion regulation skills can cope more effectively with stress, regulate arousal levels, and maintain psychological equilibrium in the face of adversity. He explores strategies for developing emotion regulation skills, such as mindfulness practices, cognitive reappraisal, and relaxation techniques. 5. Interventions for temperament modification. Goleman discusses interventions and approaches for modifying temperament-related behaviors and promoting positive development. He explores the role of parent-child interactions, educational programs, and therapeutic interventions in fostering emotional regulation, social competence, and adaptive coping skills. Goleman emphasizes the importance of early intervention and prevention efforts in addressing temperament-related challenges and promoting resilience across the lifespan. 6. Cultivating emotional intelligence. The chapter concludes with a discussion of strategies for cultivating emotional intelligence as a means of shaping temperament and promoting positive outcomes. Goleman explores how mindfulness practices, social-emotional learning programs, and psychotherapy can enhance self-awareness, empathy, and emotional regulation skills. He emphasizes the value of lifelong learning and self-reflection in fostering emotional intelligence and adapting to the demands of changing circumstances. Conclusion. Temperament is not destiny challenges the deterministic view of personality development, emphasizing the role of emotional intelligence in shaping individual outcomes and life trajectories. Goleman explores the interaction of temperament and environment, the potential for emotional intelligence to mitigate the influence of temperament on behavior, and strategies for promoting resilience and positive development. By recognizing the malleability of temperament and investing in emotional intelligence skills, individuals can navigate life's challenges with greater flexibility, adaptability, and well-being. Part 5. Emotional literacy. Chapter 15. The cost of emotional illiteracy. In The Cost of Emotional Illiteracy, Daniel Goleman explores the far-reaching consequences of a lack of emotional intelligence in individuals and society as a whole. Goleman discusses how emotional illiteracy contributes to personal struggles, interpersonal conflicts, and societal challenges, highlighting the importance of addressing emotional intelligence deficits for individual well-being and social progress. Main ideas. 1. Defining emotional illiteracy. Goleman begins by defining emotional illiteracy as a lack of awareness, understanding, and regulation of one's own emotions, as well as an inability to recognize and empathize with the emotions of others. He explores how emotional illiteracy manifests in various aspects of life, from personal relationships to workplace dynamics, and its impact on individual and collective functioning. 2. The personal toll of emotional illiteracy. The chapter delves into the personal consequences of emotional illiteracy, such as difficulty managing stress, regulating emotions, and forming meaningful relationships. Goleman discusses how individuals who lack emotional intelligence may struggle with issues such as anxiety, depression, addiction, and interpersonal conflicts. He emphasizes the importance of developing emotional awareness and coping skills for promoting mental health and well-being. 3. Interpersonal challenges. Goleman explores how emotional illiteracy contributes to interpersonal challenges and breakdowns in communication and relationships. He discusses how miscommunication, misunderstandings, and conflicts often arise from a lack of emotional awareness and empathy. Goleman emphasizes the importance of effective communication, active listening, and perspective-taking in fostering healthy relationships and resolving conflicts constructively. For workplace implications, the chapter discusses the impact of emotional illiteracy on workplace dynamics and organizational performance. Goleman explores how a lack of emotional intelligence among employees and leaders can lead to issues such as low morale, disengagement, and reduced productivity. He discusses the importance of emotional intelligence in leadership, team collaboration, and conflict resolution, highlighting the value of creating emotionally intelligent work environments. 5. Social and cultural ramifications. Goleman delves into the broader social and cultural ramifications of emotional illiteracy, including its role in perpetuating social inequalities, prejudice, and discrimination. He discusses how emotional intelligence deficits can contribute to issues such as bullying, violence, and social exclusion. Goleman emphasizes the importance of promoting emotional intelligence education and awareness at societal levels to foster empathy, compassion, and social cohesion. 6. Addressing emotional illiteracy. The chapter concludes with a discussion of strategies for addressing emotional illiteracy and promoting emotional intelligence at individual, interpersonal, and societal levels. Goleman explores the role of education, psychotherapy, and organizational training programs in fostering emotional awareness and skills development. He emphasizes the importance of creating supportive and inclusive environments that prioritize emotional well-being and cultivate empathy and resilience. Conclusion. The cost of emotional illiteracy highlights the profound consequences of a lack of emotional intelligence for individuals, relationships, and society as a whole. Goleman explores how emotional illiteracy contributes to personal struggles, interpersonal conflicts, and societal challenges, emphasizing the importance of addressing emotional intelligence deficits for promoting mental health, well-being, and social progress. By recognizing the impact of emotional illiteracy and investing in emotional intelligence education and awareness, individuals and communities can work towards creating more empathic, resilient, and compassionate societies. Chapter 16. Schooling the Emotions. In Schooling the Emotions, Daniel Goleman explores the role of education in nurturing emotional intelligence and fostering social-emotional learning, SEL, skills among students. Goleman discusses the importance of integrating emotional intelligence into school curricula, the benefits of SEL for academic achievement and personal development, and strategies for promoting emotional well-being in educational settings. Main ideas. 1. The importance of emotional intelligence in education. Goleman begins by emphasizing the significance of emotional intelligence in education and its impact on students' academic success, social relationships, and overall well-being. He discusses how emotional intelligence skills such as self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and interpersonal communication are essential for navigating school environments, managing stress, and developing resilience. 2. Integrating social-emotional learning, SEL, into curricula. The chapter delves into the concept of social-emotional learning, SEL, and its role in promoting emotional intelligence and character development in schools. Goleman discusses the 5 core competencies of SEL: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. He explores how SEL programs can be integrated into existing curricula through explicit instruction, classroom activities, and school-wide initiatives. 3. Benefits of SEL for academic achievement. Goleman discusses research showing that SEL programs have a positive impact on students' academic performance, behavior, and attitudes towards learning. He explores how SEL enhances students' ability to focus, manage distractions, and regulate their emotions, leading to improved academic engagement and achievement. Goleman emphasizes the importance of fostering a supportive and emotionally safe learning environment that promotes student well-being and academic success. 4. Promoting positive school climate. The chapter explores the role of SEL in fostering a positive school climate and preventing bullying, violence, and other forms of negative behavior. Goleman discusses how SEL initiatives can promote empathy, respect, and inclusion among students, creating a culture of kindness and cooperation. He explores strategies for addressing social-emotional needs, resolving conflicts, and promoting pro-social behavior within schools. 5. Teacher training and professional development. Goleman discusses the importance of teacher training and professional development in implementing effective SEL programs. He explores how educators can develop their own emotional intelligence skills and create supportive classroom environments that promote student well-being and engagement. Goleman emphasizes the value of ongoing training and support for teachers in implementing SEL practices and addressing the diverse needs of students. 6. Parent and community involvement. The chapter concludes with a discussion of the role of parents and the broader community in supporting SEL initiatives and promoting emotional intelligence in schools. Goleman explores how parents can reinforce SEL skills at home and collaborate with educators to create a cohesive approach to social-emotional learning. He discusses the importance of partnerships between schools, families, and community organizations in fostering students' emotional well-being and academic success. Conclusion. Schooling the Emotions highlights the importance of integrating emotional intelligence and social-emotional learning, SEL, into school curricula to promote students' academic achievement, personal development, and well-being. Goleman emphasizes the role of SEL in fostering essential skills such as self-awareness, empathy, and relationship building, and creating supportive learning environments that prioritize student mental health and social-emotional competence. By investing in SEL initiatives and providing educators with the training and resources they need, schools can cultivate emotionally intelligent and resilient students who are equipped to thrive in school and beyond.